Am I live?
You are live.
Hey! Good morning, everybody. This is one of the busiest Mondays I can remember in a while. We have a ton of stuff happening today here in the Dice Tower and recording, and we had a power surge this morning for some reason, and all kinds of stuff has happened, and it's super exciting and really fun. It isn't what we would call a normal Monday for many people, but hey, let's get started. We're going to get going here in Board Game Breakfast, but before we start, we have a contest. So you just saw us play Brew on Friday. Very entertaining game. We'll actually be reviewing it later this week, but we're going to be giving out 3 copies of Brew to folks in the USA, Canada, or Australia. You can win a copy of Brew by emailing us at contest@dicetower.com. In the subject line, put the word Brew. This is a game about brewing potions, by the way. And like I said, if you want to learn more about it, check out that. And in the body, put how many dice does each player receive in Brew. You can also go watch that playthrough to see the answer to that. Or you can go online. You can pre-order Brew from Pandasaurus Games right now. And if you do, you get a little free expansion of extra animals that comes with that one. So, all right, I just got word from the convention people in regards to the Dice Tower retreats, and I believe we have 9 or maybe, actually I think it's like 5 tickets left for our November retreat in Orlando, where we'll be playing our amazing Dice Tower library and us, probably less amazing, to game with us. And I think we have 10 tickets or left for the September retreat. But hey, that's good news. There's still tickets left for you to come and join us. So email Kenny@dicetower.com if you want to come to the September retreat in Miami, beautiful Miami. It's gorgeous right now. And if you want to come to the Orlando retreat, email Sharon@dicetower.com. So when they run out, folks. All right. So let's see here. I think we got everything. Let's jump to some contributors.
Hi, it's Tarrant.
And Stella from Meeple University.
And today we're going to play a quick game of Illusion.
Indeed.
So, Illusion. We're going to look for red. So, this card goes here. Stella, you're up first. Does this card have more or less red than this card?
I think it is more. And this is a game by Wolfgang Walsh, by the way. Yes. I think it has more.
Okay, now it's my turn. Now I've got to look at this one. I can either say that the current sequence is wrong, which it obviously isn't, or I can put this card in the right place in the sequence. Looks to me like it's got more than this one, so I'm going to pop it in.
Yep.
Here, your go.
I think the red goes here.
Do
you not believe me?
That one could be deceptive, but it's definitely less than that.
Now that one could be hard for you.
I think it's okay. I think this one looks pretty small. I'm going to slot it in here.
Oh, look at the next one. I think I'm going to take this one here.
All right.
Do you not believe me? I'm not too sure about these two though. I feel like it may be right and may be wrong.
Yeah. All right. Now this one.
Which one do you think I'm going to?
I reckon this has got.
I'll put it here.
Push that out. I reckon this has got a little bit less than this
Yep.
one. I'm gonna put that in there.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to call it.
All right. Let's have a look. 3%. 5%.
That is right so far.
12%. This was an iffy one. 9%.
No, yes!
It's wrong. You win the card.
Yes. So that's basically the game. The first person to get 3 of these, of any colors, wins the game. And we are Meeple University on YouTube and also on the Dice Tower. See you next time.
Bye.
Hello, wonderful humans. My name is Anthony from Board Game Dads, here to talk to you again about another great game to play over Zoom. Today we're going to talk about the very popular Flip and Write Welcome To. Now, I know for sure that Welcome To makes a great game to play over Zoom because it was recently nominated for the Golden Geek new category, Best Zoomable Game. So that's the new version that got nominated, I believe the Vegas version. But I don't own that one. I do own, however, all of the score sheets of every expansion for Welcome To, and I do not own the actual game, which proves that it is definitely easy to play over Zoom. A friend of mine does own the game, so when we play, he's got a separate camera set up, his phone he calls into the Zoom call, puts it overhead, and, just wide enough for that display. In this game, you're only going to see about six cards, kind of 9 with the bonus cards, but overall a very small camera space that you do need. I have all the score sheets in plastic sheet protectors so that when I play, I use a dry erase marker, and I just erase it when I'm done. That way I never have to worry about running out of score sheets. Again, I was nice enough to get gifted copies of these sheets from friends of mine, and I think you can even find a couple of them online as well. It's pretty quick, and because it has so many expansions, you can get this one to the table pretty often and not feel like you're always playing the same game. The expansions are thematic to an extent. It's pretty thin, but it gives you a reason to play a game on, say, Halloween or summertime and Christmas and all those different things that they have, and I'm sure there will be new ones coming out soon. That's it for today, folks. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Okay, man, I'm excited about the stuff that we're showing you today, folks. First of all, this is my favorite poster. This is, by the way, all stuff available on the store at BoardGameGeek.com. This poster is going up somewhere here in the studio because it's illustrated by Ryan Lauka, and it's Root, which is one of Mike's favorite games. I like Root too, but Ryan Lauka is one of my favorite artists. I don't know, there's just something about this particular poster that I like. Also, we got a couple expansions. I'm not going to show you much of this one because it is a couple more cases. This actually is impressive to me that there is some cases here from Micro Macro that they drew onto the map but didn't put in the game. And one of these, the baby one, I found to be quite humorous. We also got a couple of cards here for Beyond the Stars, a new technology, a level 2 technology, and a new planet here. This one says, when colonize all ships in the... All right, folks, we'll be back. We're back. I don't know where we cut out, so if you're watching this later on, there was quite a blip there. We're not sure what happened. But, folks, if you can tell me what I had just shown you so that you're not thrown off here. Did you see these promos yet? Did I show you the Root poster? Where were we at? Someone, by the way, I'll answer a question. It's a sponsor, not technically sponsored. We just have a joint partnership with Board Game Geek where I show off their promos and they put Dice Tower promos in their store. Well, I'll tell you what I think of the promos for sure. So I'll just say that. Beyond the Stars was the last thing we had seen. Okay, great. So Res Arcana here. This is a pack of cards, an alternate mages card pack. And this just has different artwork. So if you're a completionist, this is something you'd want. This is something I'm not as interested in. I believe that these mages here that are in this one are the opposite gender of what they were in the original game. So I'm pretty sure the duelist in the original one was a man, the seer was a woman, the alchemist was a man, etc. And I think they just redid these. So this is not something I think you need, in my opinion. But if you want it, or you just want to play a game of all women or something like that, you can buy this pack for that purpose. All right, but all that stuff here pales besides what I'm going to show you next, and that's Ra. All right, so this is unbelievably cool, and it's crazy. These are the new tiles they have for Ra. This all comes together. You get all this. This is like the whole game of Ra. So let's pull out the whole game of Ra. Now, this is not the original version of Ra. This is one of the newer versions. I actually like this version. So you can see here, this is a bag of tiles that comes with Ra. Garbage. This is the money that comes with Ra. Don't need it. This is the only stuff they don't replace. The rules, these tokens, which are wood tokens in some version, and this board. So let's just do a little comparison here. Now, the tiles in my version of Ra are really nice. They look fantastic. So the artwork on these tiles is the artwork from the original ones. So you can see, like, this is the artwork for Ra. This was the artwork on the original one. But I'll tell you what, when I have my druthers, do I want a tile or do I want this backlight stuff, hands down I want this. Just like I want this over the money. I really like these. This is fantastic. And again, it's like getting the whole game of Ra practically. So this, and the bag is really nice too. It's a really nice bag of Ra. So if you like that original game, especially, like I said, most people don't have the version I have. Most people have the older version if you have it. This to me is a must get if you have the original Ra. It's that fantastic. So anyhow, that's what's on the Board Game Geek Store this week, or at least these are the things we're looking at. I'll show you some more next time. Let's keep going.
Hi everyone, it's Clara, and to those that celebrate, happy Pride Month. So I'm going to talk about board games, digital versus physical board games, and today I'm going to talk about cartographers. So this is from Thunderworks Games, and I love their other games. I have Role Player and Lock Up, and it's a little flip and write game. Like many other flip and write games, you have your own player board, and you're playing your own game with other people with very limited interaction. You're flipping cards, and that will, as a group, and that will say what shape or what type of terrain you have to place on your board, and you draw it in. And you want to place those in an optimal way on your player board, because there are certain cards which show you scoring conditions, and so it might be you want to have forests around the outside score you points, or the largest cluster of houses score you more points. And so you're all playing together, but on your own, to try and get the most points, pretty much in the same way as Welcome To, which I talked about a few weeks ago. And Welcome To, I said that even though it was a game you play on your own but together, there was enough with the app that I wanted to buy the physical version. But with cartographers, I'm not so sure. I played it on Tabletop Simulator with my friends, and I was like, yeah, I think I want to play this. And then the app came out, and I've been playing that, and it's basically a solo game. For a week, you can choose particular types of setups, and you're trying to score the most points you can. And then those points, you can rank them against other people around the world. And so for me, Cartographers has really become a solo game. And the app is so smooth and quick that you can play it in 5 minutes. It's a really short, quick game. And so I feel like the app has taken it from being a game I want to play with other people to a little filler app solo game. I'm curious, what do other people think? Am I missing something? And until next time, bye!
All right, so let's talk about what's going to happen today on our internet breaking free day. So today's busy. When we're done here, we're coming right back at 10:30. Me and my kids are going to be playing Adventure Tactics Domain's Tower. Well, we're actually playing the newest expansion for it that's on Kickstarter right now. So me, Ruby, and Bot will be playing that very soon. And then at noon, I'll be doing a Q&A and talking to everybody. Z's What's Happening, since of scheduling conflict, we moved that to tomorrow at 10. Then tomorrow at 2, I'm doing 5 more great games with Clara, who you just saw. And then Shoots and Marbles at 3. So lots of stuff going on. Me and the kids are reviewing Scrap Racers this week from Queen Games. I'll be taking a look at Scapegoat. I'll be doing my more of my shelf reviews as we go through the Dice Tower library. I'll be doing 2 more of those. But we'll be taking a look at Terraforming Mars Big Box, Maharaja, the new version of that, Witchstone, a bigger game from Reiner Knizia. And we got more stuff coming all week long. I'll be talking about different ways that we use dice in games, crowd surfing on Wednesday, Dice Tower podcast going up tomorrow morning. So we're good. And meanwhile, folks, I want to tell you, in exactly 1 month from today, the Summer Spectacular is starting, and we're working on preparing that stuff now. So keep an eye out for that in the future. Whew! All right, let's keep moving.
Hey there everyone, it's Jen, the board game librarian, flipping some pages and pushing some cubes with my segment From the Page to the Table, where I pair books and board games together, and I'm still wearing the same shirt I was wearing for the last 3 or 4 segments. Cool. This is an homage to my mom, who, as I mentioned, died last year, and she loved New York. And she loved A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith. It was one of those books that she talked about her entire life and how much she loved this book and how much it really meant to her. We have a young immigrant family in Brooklyn, early 1900s, when so many people are coming in on Ellis Island, and just the neighborhoods, the scene. Brooklyn is a character in this book. It really reminded me of New York 1901 because you have that same sense of optimism of sorts that you get from A Tree Grows in Brooklyn that you have in New York in 1901. Blue Orange games, 2 to 4 players, still in our collection. Vincent Dutrait artwork. You are building New York, just like New York is building in this book as well. There's almost a sense of nostalgia when playing this game, and not just because it's not new, but you really feel like you're walking the streets of this book when you are playing this game. So much nostalgia here. That's all I have to say about this. What's your mom's favorite book? What's your mom's favorite game? I'd love to know in the comments and hear what they love. That is all this week. Happy breakfast, everyone.
I'm doing a top 10 list, not top 10 actually, but like a list this week on using dice in games. And there are some people who are really opposed to dice. They don't like dice at all. Now, if you ever come visit the Dice Tower, you know I like dice. I have lots of dice in my games, obviously in Dice Tower Library, but I have a whole shelf full of different kinds of dice. I collect dice. I have different sided dice, from a 7-sided die to an 18-sided die. I just love dice. If a game doesn't have enough dice in it, it irritates me. I'll put more dice in it. Now, I don't think dice is the be-all, end-all. Games obviously can be quite good without dice, and there's combat systems in games that don't use dice. Some people are opposed to dice because the vagaries of dice rolling. And Jeff Engelstein has talked about this before. Catan is a good thing where you'll play a game of Catan and you'll go, man, the 5s weren't rolled very much in this game. And that's true. Because of randomness, true real randomness, you can have a series of one number rolled. Yes, that randomness should even out over the course of human history, but in the course of your game, it might just not work for you. So some people don't like dice because of luck, but I like dice. And the reason I like dice, for one thing, it's a tactical feel that a computer game and an app cannot give you. I'm a big fan of sticking apps in board games, but I just cannot, and if all possible, will not use an app to roll dice. That really bugs me. Yes, you can swipe and it'll make that nice sound of the dice hitting the velvet table, blah, 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 or wooden table, but it doesn't work for me. I like the physicality of rolling dice. I like the physicality of touching dice. I think dice are pretty. If you watch our crowd surfing segments that we do each Wednesday, you'll notice that there's usually a dice segment in there, and if there's one person who's kinder to the dice than anybody else, it's going to be me. Because I like how dice look, and I like how they roll. And that's one of the reasons our show's called The Dice Tower, is I like how dice bounce around in a dice tower and come out. That's been something that's always amused me. I find that people who don't like dice, there's often a tendency of snobbery that comes along with that. It doesn't have to be. You could literally not like dice. But it's also a lot of people who don't like dice often do so with the kind of attitude that they don't like dice because they've ascended to a higher plane than us mere mortals who still like the toy factor of dice. But I love dice even when you're not using them to roll and move, or roll and attack, or roll to see if an event will happen or not. I like, man, there's just, to me, the excitement of rolling a dice so outweighs the excitement of drawing a card. There's just something about it. Yes, I can draw a card and have that same level, but when you roll that die, anything can happen. That's why people love in a role-playing game. The DM will say, hey, the only way this will work is if you roll a nat 20, a natural 20, a 20 with no bonuses. And everyone sits there and gets excited. I never heard of a stand-up card draw moment. but there is a stand-up die roll where people will stand and throw the dice. Dice make you nervous when you're about to roll them. Please don't roll that fang or the snowflake symbol in Dead of Winter. You know, please don't roll double ones. Anything but double ones will get this from me. I love the feeling and the excitement that they bring to games. Our show ain't called The Tower. It's called The Dice Tower because I love dice.
Hey everybody, it's Ryan from Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews. Bethany is still on her hiatus, so I had to recruit some reinforcements here. This is our superhero daughter. Today she's going by the name of
Copycat. I liked the picture in the game so much, I decided to be the copycat.
That's right, we're talking about Barnyard Roundup. This is a bluffing and set collection game made for kids. It's all about these barnyard animals, including the copycat, which basically acts as a wild card. Alright, so, bluffing. It's essentially lying. Do we lie?
No, it's definitely not what I call perfect.
But are we allowed to bluff in a game about bluffing?
Yes.
Alright, so yeah, set collection was a lot of fun in this game. The artwork is just really fun and kind of that perfect, you know, family artwork. We play with our 4-year-old as well, which...
she used to be 3, and she...
Well, everyone who's 4 used to be 3.
Well, she...
Recently was 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, we played with her. She had a lot of fun. She didn't necessarily get the full scope of the rules.
She was like, let's see, this is 4 cows. 4 cows. 5 pigs. 5 pigs.
Yeah,
One
she was not very good at the
chicken.
bluffing part of it. She was very, very honest, which is, I suppose, a good thing. All right, you guys, this is a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun playing this one. It was a great family weight game. It introduces kind of set collection and those bluffing mechanisms to kids, which maybe they haven't played a bluffing game necessarily. Yeah, we've had a lot of fun with it.
Barnyard Roundup is a game that I call perfect. If you are 3 or above, get this Barnyard game. Because it's perfect.
How's that for an endorsement? I'd say that's pretty good. Yep, I agree. It's a fun one.
And trust me, I'm a kid.
And kids never lie unless they're bluffing. All right, you guys, thanks so much for watching. You can find us on YouTube or Facebook. We're Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
All right, folks, we're taking a look at some dice here. This is from Himkyo. These are, it's on Kickstarter right now. This is short for Hymn of the Ghost. It's a new tabletop gaming brand. They're producing high-quality dice, coins, and yada, 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 yada. So they have hollow dice. So this is hard to see here on camera. Let me see if I can show you. This is a big 20-sided die, but it's hollow. It's very, very light. And it's really cool, except for one glaring issue, which you might notice. You can't tell what you've rolled. You know, it's neat. What did I roll? You don't know, so it's a nat 20. Yay! Now, they have sets that come in these tins like this. And these are a little bit better. So you can see there's the whole set here. Let's pull them out. We got our 20-sided dice. There's our 12 and our 6-sided dice. Our 8-sided dice. Our percentile dice. 2 10-sided dice. And a 4-sided die that will literally kill you if you step on it. These are okay. Again, they're beautiful dice. I mean, and they're not bad to roll. And do you hear the tingling? Ah, jingle dice, jingle all the way. What did I roll? No one knows. Ha 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 ha. Hey hey. All right, so that's those. Now this set here is called the Behemoth Solid Metal. It says the font's not final. Now these do not have hollow insides on them, and they are much, much, you know, heavier. They make the boring dice sound when you roll them. Yeah, that font better get better than that. Those aren't very good looking either. So let's move on. Maybe we'll find some good ones. Here's some more hollow ones. These here have rainbow sides with black prints on them. I can't read them either. All right, let's take a look at these. They look okay, but I can't read them. Come on, give me something I can read. Here we go. Some solid metal ones. Those I can read. Those look pretty good. I like the color of these, but I don't know that I like the solid. See, they got me with those hollow ones. All right, let's look. Here's some more solids. These are the easiest ones to read. They look pretty good, but again, they're solid metal dice. Now let's go back to some hollow ones. Here the numbers are cut out, actually. So instead of the numbers being raised, and again, I really like these. These don't jingle like those other ones. Sorry, I got caught up in the jingling. But these, I don't know. And then I got the last set here, and this set is another solid set. I like the hollow sets better than the solid sets in this particular case. I'm just not thrilled with these, folks, because they're hard to read. They're nice collector's pieces, but I just did a conversation about how much I like dice. And the main fact of the matter is I like dice because I think I want them to look pretty, but I also want to be able to roll them and see what I've rolled. If I have to like squint and look, that's problematic. But still, Christmas dice. Anyway, I don't know. I'm not sold on these, mostly because I can't read them. But maybe they impress you. That's Hymgo. It's HYMGHO gaming dice. Find them on Kickstarter.
Hi, I'm Jordan. This is Weeknight Gaming, where I talk about a game that works well to play on a weeknight after you put the kids to bed and are tired and maybe don't feel like watching another show on Netflix. So this week I wanted to talk about Chai. Chai is from Steep Games. Chai Tea for Two, I believe, is recently on Kickstarter or coming back on Kickstarter. But this is the original Chai that started it all. This is a contract order fulfillment type game in which you're going to be collecting tea ingredients from a pantry, from the marketplace. You're collecting these, and then you're going to be putting them together to create cups of tea for customers. And you can score points based off of the types of tea that you create. What makes this a good game for a weeknight? So it plays very well at low player counts. It plays well at pretty much any player count. It scales very well. But I think with lower player counts, it plays very quickly because the turns are quick and you can go back and forth pretty easily. It is a very comfortable game. It's also very peaceful. You know, it has that tea kind of floral look to it. The artwork is fantastic. The components are out of this world. But the way that the game plays, it has a very nice arc to it, and it just kind of coasts along at a nice pace that it's not too fast, it's not too slow, but it is definitely on kind of that quieter end of things, which we really enjoy, especially after a hard day. Kind of coming into one of these games feels nice. There's not a whole lot of aggression or things like that. So yeah, that's Chai. I really enjoy it. I know it gets a lot of love, and it's one that gets a lot of love from me too. I'm Jordan. Thanks.
All right, I don't know that I agree with Jordan there on that one. I think Chai is at best okay. But hey, a lot of people like it. Mike likes it, but as you've seen from our videos, Mike's wrong on a lot of things, so I don't know that I would put that anywhere. Hey folks, sorry about the internet or whatever it was problems. It wasn't Comcast this time, that's for sure. Although it could have been, right? I mean, we could just assume it was Comcast. We'll be back in 1 hour at 10:30 playing Adventure Tactics with my kids. So come back and join us then. And then right after that, noon Q&A. Somewhere along the line, I'm going to eat. Until then, I'm Tom Vasel, and you've been watching Board Game Breakfast on the Dice Tower. Woo!
Thanks for watching Board Game Breakfast. Tune in each week for your daily dose of gaming goodness with Tom Vasel and all the gang. Until next time, I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching Board Game Breakfast, a Dice Tower production.